Hello, I'm Matthew Herrell and this is SEC Rewind, a month in retrospect.
This month, the annual ADRA Fun Run takes place in Crystal Palace Park, church groups on Jersey and Guernsey expand, North Wembley Church hosts an Easter holiday Bible club, and finally, 22 teens decide to get baptised at Prayer and Faith Conference.
The annual ADRA Fun Run hit Crystal Palace Park this month. The Fun Run, organised by the Personal Ministries Department, provides a great opportunity to get out in the fresh air, take some exercise and meet some new people. And on top of that, it's a fun way to raise money for ADRA. So that's a win-win situation. Let's take a look at some of the action from the day.
Well, the ADRA Fun Run is the SEC's annual fundraising for the charity ADRA. The sponsorship works whereby they sponsor particular amounts of miles that they would either run, walk, or cycle, and then that money is donated to ADRA. So this program that we organize, the ADRA Fun Run, actually facilitates that. So people actually come and do what they told the people they will do.
This is my way of raising funds for ADRA. Over the years, I've raised over £1,600. So I'm trusting God that this year it'll be £2,000.
It's absolutely fun. Here we are in the sunshine, we're out, we're fellowshipping, we're getting exercise, we're getting vitamin D. That's why I came out.
As a church, this is what we're supposed to be doing as Christians. We're supposed to be helping wherever we can, and that's why I'm doing this.
Helping those who are in need, and here's an opportunity that we have as church members, as officers, to come along and to make a contribution to help suffering humanity. ADRA has always been a part of the conference, and I have been motivated by the director himself, who informs us that part of what we collect for ADRA will remain here within the South England Conference, in fact the British Union, for work within our conference. And so it's good that we have this working relationship, and I'm just here to give my support as the president of the conference.
The public have also taken us on board. They've been getting involved. Some people have walked with us, some have run with us, taken their bikes. It's just been a fun day.
Today, there are many people here who are not Seventh-day Adventists who are actually participating in it. And the plan is that next year, Watch Your Space is going to be bigger and better and more in community involved and community orientated. There are a number of people who are just waiting to be part of charity runs and fundraising. We will advertise on radio, we'll advertise in local newspapers, letting them know about this program.
We're going to not just invite our own friends, we're going to make it open to the public in general. Let's make sure everybody knows that there's a 10K, 5K, 15K run that everybody can get involved in. So not just people in our church, but the general public as well.
Joining me right now in the studio, we have Pastor Kirk Thomas, our Personal Ministries Director for the South England Conference. Pastor Kirk, thank you for making the time to be in here with us today. We've had the ADRA Fun Run. Tell us a bit about it. How did it go?
Yeah, well, the ADRA Fun Run is one of the most exciting programs that the SEC organizes every year. And it's a fun run that gives an opportunity to people to come, to participate, and to raise much needed funds for ADRA. This year, the weather was splendiferous. Yeah, I mean, it was not too hot, it was not too cold. And
perfect conditions.
Yeah, perfect conditions. Yeah, and those who took part congratulated the weather, actually, well, God, for it. And the participants were all happy. We had people, various age groups. There were some outstanding groups that came, like the New Bold Adventurer Club.
Okay.
They came in all their uniforms and see the little kids running. There are some families that come every year. Mothers come pushing their babies in the pram, in the push chair to run with them. Youngsters come and they cycle. It's always good to see husbands and wives, sort of running hand in hand,
running
encouraging.
Together.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a word with my wife about that one for next year.
Yeah, please. And also, there were some older
brethren. I checked, there was one guy, he was like 80.
Okay.
And there was another one, 85, they were running there, being part of the ADRA Fun Run, doing their bit to raise funds for this very important charity.
That really is excellent. And I mean, I know we call it a fun run, we want people to come and have fun, but obviously there is a serious benefit that we're able to generate through the fun run.
Yeah, definitely.
So aside from the fundraising that takes place, is this something that you've been able to identify can be used as a tool for reaching other people, for evangelism?
Yes, definitely. So the people who come to the program, so many times they bring their friends.
Okay.
They bring their neighbors. As a matter of fact, this year I had a neighbor, actually.
One of your own neighbors?
Yeah, who's not an Adventist, who was an integral part of the fun run. So people bring, and then there are other people who are just there in the park, and they will come up to me and ask, what is happening? What can we do? How can we help?
Okay.
And they will take part as well. There have been one or two of them who have asked for the sponsorship forms. And they also went and did some fundraising for ADRA as well, and they will turn in the money, etc. Then, of course, people ask how can they give. So we give advice that they can give online. There have been people who are not members of the church who will actually come and buy the T-shirts that we have there on sale, just as making a contribution to ADRA. So I would say that the public is involved, and they know about this program once a year, and they actually come, and many of our members use it as a outreach program to reach members of their own family who are not members of the church, as well as neighbors who come and participate.
That's really great, because obviously I've always known that we can approach our friends, family, neighbours to sponsor us, but what you're saying is we can encourage them to come and run with us.
Exactly.
Come and participate
and
with us.
we have seen that over the years, and this year there was no exception. There were people who actually came with their neighbours and their friends. Like I said, my own personal experience of my neighbour coming through.
Your own neighbour.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every year that I've been, I've seen it growing bigger and bigger and becoming better and better. What does next year have in store? Are you already looking to next year and how we can build on
we're looking to next year. First thing, for next year, we want the weather to be just the same.
Of course. So let's start praying from now.
Pray for that, right? We want the weather to be just the same. And next year, we are partnering with the health department. Okay. Dr. Chidi, who's our celebrity doctor.
Okay, of course.
The one who lectures and shows people how they can reduce and remove diabetes, etc. Dr. Chidi, who is the health director, will be partnering with us. So we're looking at some corporate sponsorships that we are accessing. Companies like Nike and others will jump on board. We're looking at setting up a few more marquees so that we can demonstrate healthy eating and healthy cooking, as well as we can give out some short lectures on diabetes, on health, etc. People can have some advice given. They can come in for a bit of consultation, a bit of referral. We also want to see if we can do a 7-a-side football competition, so people can come through and they can play football for ADRA. And people can bring their kids as well and utilize the play park area there. We'll have some bouncy castles, etc., etc. So that we want to make it an ADRA family fun day.
So we're diversified.
So we're diversifying a bit. So it's going to be ADRA Family Fun and Health Day. That's how we're going to be capturing it. So we want everyone to come in. We want people to bring their friends, their neighbors, members who are not a part of the church, the public. We want everyone to come in and make it a real fun, but at the same time, not only fun, but a very healthy exercise day for everyone.
It sounds like you've got a real vision, and I'm looking forward to next year already. I'm going to get in training so that I can be there and
please
do. And fly the flag.
I mean, one of the outstanding features as well for this year was that we had more pastors than ever before, bringing their members and actually running and participating in the activity. So we want all the pastors.
That's excellent. That's what we want.
All the pastors to come on board next year and to do something for ADRA.
Well, thank you so much for making the time to stop by the studio and see us. The people at home would be upset if I let you go without giving us our call to arms catchphrase. So maybe you could just boost us up with our SEC catchphrase for us, maybe.
Go SEC!
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Now, you may not know about this, but we have a few Adventists who live on the small islands of Jersey and Guernsey. And this month, our Church Growth Department paid them a visit, together with the Executive Secretary, Douglas McCormack. These groups used to worship in small home groups, but have now begun to gather in a centralised location in St Helier. And so I've invited Church Growth Director Simon Martin to the studio, who can tell us more about his visit. Simon, thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Welcome.
Perhaps you can tell us a little bit about church growth on the islands.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I became the Church Growth Director to go through the list of the church plants, and over the last couple of years I've been trying to visit as many as possible.
Sure.
And saw a group actually listed on Jersey.
Okay.
Didn't know much about Jersey, so I had to look it up a little bit, a little island there off France.
Sure.
And decided that, through contact with them via email, that it would be excellent for us to go and visit. And as you said, Pastor Douglas McCormack came, and my secretary also.
We can't forget her, Mavis.
Mavis was
Lovely
with
Mavis.
us. She dialogues with them as well, so it was
Okay.
nice for them to meet them both. And we spent last weekend with them, arrived on Friday, met with the leadership of the team, and spent the whole Sabbath and Sunday on the island. Absolutely beautiful.
So the group is now, they've moved to a new location. Does that suggest progress? Are they
Yeah,
going
I
in the
think
right
so.
direction?
They started off within a home, so they were relatively small.
Okay.
Most of the folks that come there and who are part of the group are there because of work.
Okay.
So there's a high percentage of accountants in the group.
Sure, that makes sense.
So
they've got a good treasury team.
They have a very strong treasury team.
Yeah.
So they're about 30 people. We're actually joined by a group from the island next door, which is Guernsey.
Okay.
So they took a little ferry ride, about a 2-hour ferry ride across, and joined us for the Sabbath worship, which was excellent.
Lovely.
And so we were together. So now they are a group probably with children, about 30.
That's excellent.
And actually when I was there on Sabbath, they had 2 or 3 community visitors with them as well. So you can see that they're forging relationships, they're making friends, comfortable enough to invite them to the worship service, and we had a great time with them.
Okay, so it sounds like good things are happening literally all around the SEC and even off the coast of the conventional
Even
SEC
there,
territory.
we're not the only island.
Okay.
There are other islands.
There are other islands.
And I was expecting cold weather and rain, but we got off the plane, nice warm weather, absolutely beautiful. A very, very pretty island.
Sure.
Not very big, about 9 miles by 4. So you can drive around it pretty quickly, and speed limit was 40
Okay.
across the whole island, so you couldn't speed anywhere. So maybe the slowness there enables people to build those kind of relationships, have a little bit more time for each other.
Well, I think SEC Rewind will have to take a visit on location and see what's happening down there for
I
ourselves.
think you need to
Sounds
take
great.
the cameras and hear some of the stories from the group. They have a very strong mission orientation. They want to exist for the benefit of the community.
Okay.
And they've done a number of things that will engage them within the community. But a very, very likable group, a very easy to get on kind of a group. We felt very, very welcome, and I know the visitors did as well because I spoke to them. And relationships are being forged, which is always the key to anything in regards to church growth.
That sounds really, really awesome. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today, and I'm sure that we'll continue to hear some good things that are happening down in Jersey.
We'll keep you posted.
Thank you very much. Now, I can remember being at school all those years ago and desperately looking forward to the holidays. But then when the holidays start, you find yourself stuck at home. So North Wembley Church decided to save children from boredom and perhaps also save parents from pulling their hair out by running a holiday Bible club. The club is run by volunteers from the church, and the children engage in all sorts of fun activities with their friends. We thought this sounded great, so we went to take a look. I'm just here with Sean, who's another one of the leaders for the Holiday Bible Club here at North Wembley. Sean, maybe you can just tell us a little bit about what actually happens, what the kids actually do while they're here on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, so what we do, we start off with an assembly, we welcome them, we sit down for an assembly, and then we give them the pointers of what they're going to do. So, as you know, our theme is Easter. So they do some arts and crafts, there's some colouring. We also have like a little fitness camp thing that we do at our park, our local park, which I'm going to go to right now. So in the park we do some skipping, some running, and some team building activities so that they get to know one another the kids from the different churches get to know one another.
Okay, so it's really holistic. There's spiritual things, social things, physical things that they get to do. And you're on your way to the park shortly?
And we're going to do some fun and games there, do some singing in the park, as well as, like I said, the team building. And you'll see us in action shortly.
Okay, well, the park bit sounds like fun. Maybe we can go and take a look and see what happens in the park shortly.
If you're interested in running a holiday Bible club at your local church, then please get in touch with the Children's Ministries Department and they will be able to show you exactly how to get started. They might even be able to throw some resources your way, but you didn't hear that from me. Our new Teens Director, Pastor Juan Carlos Patrick, held his first event this month, Prayer and Faith Conference at Newland Park in Buckinghamshire. Teenagers from all over the conference came together for a weekend of worship and prayer, and I think they even squeezed some fun in there too. The conference was a real success and led to 22 teenagers making a decision that they would like to be baptised. Pastor Juan joins me in the studio now. Juan, thank you so much for making the time to come and sit with us today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Congratulations on your first event, and it sounds like it was a real success. 22 young people decided that they want to be baptised.
Yes, that's right. At the end of the conference, well, I counted them because more were being added on a daily basis.
Okay.
So by the end, we counted about 22, or probably, and some more interested in it. Yes.
That's really right. Amazing. So well done, and thank you for your hard work. I mean, what's the next step for these teenagers now then on their journey?
Yes. Well, now what we do is to keep in contact with them, because we took the details, mobile numbers, emails, and spoke to them personally, telling them we want to keep in touch with you, we don't want to forget you.
Okay.
So what follows now is to keep in contact with them over the phone or emails, etc., and to ask them if it is okay if we can come and visit them, and also then to talk to the pastors, so the pastor knows that this person is interested in being baptized, so the follow-up can continue. Yeah, that the work can continue.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I personally know teenagers who have gone and tried to go often to PFC, and they just have a really great time. I mean, I know that it's mainly our own teenagers, Adventist teenagers, that come, but is there scope for them to bring their friends? Do you know, did you have any attendees who were friends of members of the church who came along?
Yes, everybody is welcome.
Okay.
Everybody is welcome, and there were friends there, and also non-Adventists also came, yeah. Sadly, there was a moment in which we didn't have more space.
Okay.
And so, well, you know, we had to close the doors.
Okay.
Yeah. And we didn't have more space. So hopefully for next year, we will book a place with more capacity.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody is welcome. The teens, their friends. Yes.
Well, these sound like good problems to have when you don't have enough space for everyone that wants to get there. That's the kind of good problem that I guess that you'd like to have.
Yeah, it's a good stress. Now you are wondering what are we going to do. So we have to move from one room to another room.
Okay.
To do the service. Yes.
Okay, so I'm sure you're already thinking of ideas for your next conference, how to expand it and build upon the success of this one.
Yes. After the conference, probably I think on the next day we started already making phone calls to see if we can secure the bigger place, because there is one that is bigger, and we're making the arrangements to get that one for the next PFC.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for making the time to stop and see us, and again, congratulations on seeing the fruits of your hard work, and we look forward to seeing what you're able to do for our teenagers over the next few months as well.
Thank you. I have a great staff, and they work hard, and so you know, it was also
the teamwork.
The teamwork,
team
yeah.
effort.
They are a good staff, and as it was my first activity, you decide to work hard, but you really don't know, is this too much or little? Are we doing well or not?
Sure.
But according to what they said, like people like Brother Nana and Josh and Lydia, then they were saying, yes, we are fine.
It sounds like you're doing fine, more than fine to me. It sounds good. So acknowledgement to your team as well for their hard work. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
If you would like to be a part of the next Prayer and Faith conference in October, contact the SEC Teams Department and they can send you more information. This has been SEC Rewind. If you have something planned that you think we should know about, then get in touch with us at the address on the screen and we would love to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching, take care, and God bless.